Okay, fine. Since everybody's been asking, I'll finally talk about malaphores. A malaphore is the combination of two idioms, metaphors, cliches, or other popular phrases to create a whole new one with its own and often unique meaning to it. The most famous example of a malaphore is probably "it's not rocket surgery," which is a combination of "it's not rocket science" and "it's not brain surgery," creating a whole new phrase that both makes no sense at all, but still means exactly the same as the original. In 1976, Lawrence Harrison coined the term malaphore when he wrote Searching for Malaphores, an article that was published in the Washington Post. This article has been described as both hard to find and stop showing me articles about metaphors, but since then there have been 2 subreddits and an entire website dedicated to this topic. So I'm definitely not the first to talk about it, but better late than sorry, I guess. There are multiple types of malaphores, so I've come up with some categories that we can go over. Funny haha. These ones have meaning, but they're said in a weird way, leading them to be used in purely comedic standpoints. Means the same as the original. This just takes 2 things that mean the exact same thing to make a new thing that means the exact same thing. Good and unique phrases to use. These take the original meanings and build on them, creating something beautiful or usable in everyday life. This is by far my favorite category, though I feel like most people prefer the funny haha ones. So I guess hashtag not like other girls. The last category is what I call not a malaphore. An example of these would be,
well, well, well. How the turntables...
It's funny, yes, and good wordplay. I'll give it that. But I decided to be semantic for this video. If you combine hard to swallow pills and a tough nut to crack, you get yourself a really tough nut to swallow. Need to over-explain something that was already going to take a lot of explaining? Well, you're just making a long story rocket science. Know someone who spends all of his time complimenting his own efforts without listening to feedback? Well, he just marches to the beat of his own meat. Or maybe he was born with a silver stick up his ass. That's just a few examples, but just to leave no bird unstoned, I'd like to break down a few of my personal favorites. The phrases, "don't judge a book by its cover," and "the straw that broke the camel's back" combine to make "don't judge a camel by the straw that broke its back." Yes, sure, a single piece of straw pushed it over the edge, but if you just focus on that one straw, you'll miss out on all the other factors involved, all the other straws piled on, and how long that camel's been holding them. "We'll burn that bridge when we get to it" is a combination of "don't go burning bridges" and "we'll cross that bridge when we get to it" to come up with a whole new meaning of "I'm mad at you about that, but that isn't the thing I'm most mad at you about right now." Malaphores are a quite flexible format, actually. It allows people to be creative within it. This gives you fun examples like "an eye for an eye except after C," "speak now or forever hold your horses," or even "you can't teach a dog that tricks are for kids." Despite this, and saying this may come back to haunt me in the ass, but everybody is just super hung up on trying to give and teach men things for some reason. Give a man a duck and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to duck and he'll never walk into a bar. Light a man a fire, he'll be warm for a night. Light a man on fire, and he'll be warm for the rest of his life. Take a chicken across the road and it will get to the other side. Teach a chicken to cross the road and people will ask why for the rest of its life. They're all good malaphores, but this setup is overused and you just end up reinventing a dead horse. I know that's a bit of a weird call out, but I've made my hill and now I'll die on it. Now, in theory, I could take everything I've talked about today and summarize it nicely. I could have a nice end screen, ask you to subscribe for more, smash that like button, comment your favorites, that type of thing. Lots of other YouTubers would do something like that, but when there's a will, there's a won't.